welcome to the Adelaide Cottage podcast. My name is Shauna, and I thank you very much for coming to spend some of your valuable time with me. This is a podcast mostly about knitting. Today I have a little bit of sewing to show you, some pottery to show you, and a little bit of spinning talk. So I hope that you find something here that you love. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome, and thanks for coming back. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook as Adelaide Cottage, and you can find our hand-dyed yarns at AdelaideCottageYarns.com. All of the show notes and places you can find me online are down below in the show notes. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing? I hope that you're seeing glimpses of spring where you live. It's just started here. We're in Western New York, where I live with my husband and our 2 boys and our 2 cats, and we're finally seeing some spring. My husband cleaned out the bird houses and put bird feeders out. We're just starting to see them coming back, so that's very refreshing. It's about 51 degrees out Fahrenheit, and it's a gloomy day, but it's okay. It's warm enough. So just some administration to go over quickly before I show you my first knitted finished object, is we have a blanket KAL going on, and it's a knit along hosted by myself as well as Jilly of the Knitting Broomstick podcast. She's kind of taking a little break because she just gave birth to her beautiful son, Alaric. So congratulations, Jilly. I'm so happy for you and your family, and I can't wait to meet him. So, but we're still, hosting the KAL through September of this year. All the information is in both of our Ravelry groups, which will be linked below. But if you love Harry Potter and you love knitting blankets or scrappy projects, I encourage you to join. It's not too late. There will be another check-in beginning on April 1st, and it will be open for the entire month. The check-ins are in Jilly's Ravelry group. So like I said, just follow the links and they will bring you right to them. Also, I'm hosting an Advent calendar mini skein swap this year, since I won't be dyeing Adelaide Cottage Yarns Advent calendars this year. But I am hosting a swap, and I've had quite a few of you sign up, so that has been so wonderful. I can't wait to get started assigning partners. If you would still like to sign up, head over to my Ravelry group, which is linked below, and there are instructions there on how to do so. So that the signups will be open probably through the summer, and then late summer, I'm thinking July or August, I'll start assigning your swap partners to you. I'll email you with your partner's information. But once you sign up, you can feel free to start getting mini skeins wound up and labeled. So that will be really fun. Like I said, we have a Facebook group. I do giveaways there occasionally, so feel free to join us there. You can post pictures of your projects, knitting projects. It doesn't have to be with Adelaide Cottage Yarns, just a place for us all to hang out and just communicate with each other. I do have a giveaway winner for the shawl design that was generously donated by Jen Sheelan Designs. And it is her high tea with jam crumpets shawl design, and the winner of that is Nancy Fisher. So congratulations, Nancy. Please get in contact with me via Ravelry, and then I can have Jen Sheelan send over your Ravelry pattern to you. So the prompt for that giveaway was to comment below my last video with your favorite type of tea. And there were some really, really yummy sounding teas. So if you'd like some tea recommendations, go to my last video and scroll through the comments, because there were some really yummy ones. But Nancy's favorite was cranberry and orange tea. So that sounds really good. I'll have to try that one. I'm drinking today my favorite, recommended by Judy of the Autumn Acorn Knits podcast, is the Hot Cinnamon Sunset by Harvey & Sons, and it's in my from Harry Potter world, the nose biting teacup. So you can see the teeth along the edge. It's still my favorite tee. I love it so much. We have a new giveaway too, which I will talk about at the end with spinning. It's a fiber giveaway, so I'll talk more about that later and what you need to do to enter. But first, let's talk FOs. I have one. Don't get too excited, for knitting at least. My 5-year-old son sits next to girls on the school bus, and he is highly influenced by their feminism, their glitteriness, if that's even a word, and their love of unicorns. So he loves unicorns, and he asked me to knit him a unicorn. I support anything that he loves, no matter what color or if it's supposed to be for girls. I don't care. It makes him happy, and I completely support it. So he has unicorns hanging on his bedroom walls. I knit him a unicorn. As long as it makes him happy and it keeps him safe, I want him to be who he wants to be. So he might kill me years from now for sharing this with you. Mom, how did you tell all of those people that I love unicorns? I was a kid. Okay, Evan, I will delete this video if you ever have a problem with that. So anyway, I let him pick the pattern out, and he picked one that's kind of Pokemon looking, like, that doesn't make sense, but it doesn't look like a typical unicorn. It is called, let me show you what it looks like first. Okay, this thing, it's a little scary looking, and I kind of made it like a rainbow theme. And the cat eventually got it and thought it was a cat toy. Yeah. He loves it, so that's all that matters. Let me pull out the pattern so you can see what it's supposed to look like. This is the picture. I printed it in black and white, so pretty true to the picture, but instead of the knitted eyes, I used little eyeballs that I purchased for the Bad Bunnies softie that I knit him when he was really little. So I just snapped those in there. The mouth kind of looks pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern-like. Yeah, I don't know. But I just made it, the body calls for like a worsted weight, but I used all yarn that I had on hand. This white was, you guys, I'm discombobulated. This pattern is called Unicorn Toy, and it was written by, or designed by, I wrote it down, Emma Whittle, W-H-I-T-T-L-E, I believe. And her shop is called Little Wits Knits, but I purchased it on Ravelry. It was $1. It was pretty simple. It did take me most of the afternoon to knit it because little things like this are very fiddly and I don't have great feeling in my fingertips for deep ends. My cat Peanut is sticking his tail through the door, like underneath the door. It's so funny. So for the main body, I used a Cascade 220 superwash that I had from a crochet blanket that I was working on a long time ago. And then for all the colors, I used Knit Picks Felici in the dark side colorway. So I just kind of wound off what I needed and turned it into hair. And then as you can see for his little feet, I just broke off a little bit of each color to make them colorful. And then I had a little mini from Jules of So Sweet Violet that she included in my Advent swap with her. And it's a really thin fingering, so what I just did is I held it double and knit the horn. And then the eyes, if you're interested, are the Animal Eyes by Doris, I think is how you say it. And I purchased these at Joann Fabrics, I believe. But you just get a bunch of brown eyes, but they have different colors. he loves it. He sleeps with it every night. He brings it to school with him. But like I said, the cats thought it was a toy of theirs, and I had some little ends to snip off after that. So, yeah. That was my one knitted finished object. And the other finished object I have is sewing and pottery. So I'm just going to show you those very quickly, and then we'll get on to my knitting whips, if that's okay. I know it's okay. You're fine with it. So my pottery finished object is this teapot. I made this out of a lump of clay in my pottery class on the wheel. This was my most challenging project yet. I've been taking pottery I took it for a couple sessions about 2 years ago, and then I signed up again about a year ago, and I've been taking the sessions. They're 6-week sessions, and I've been taking them back to back for about a year. These one of my teapots before I put the handle on, and a little planter that I made. So I'm just mixing the glaze. One coat. So finally, my instructor thought I might be ready to try a teapot. I made 2. The other one I should be able to bring home on Tuesday. It's a little bit bigger than this, and instead of a bamboo handle, I made a handle made of clay. So it's completely attached. And the plan is to gift these to our 2 sons if they will move out. But when they move out into their own homes, if they choose to get married, maybe it will be a gift for them, like a housewarming gift. I don't know. But my thought making these was to gift them to our children. So the lid was pretty challenging to make. I just gave the handle a little bit of texture. It kind of has a mushroom shape a little bit, but then like carving out the inside to fit the hole was a little bit challenging. It's interesting how you make this, because usually like when I make a cup, for instance, I take a lump of clay, I center it, I raise it up, and then I just shape it a little bit. But with this, you do that for this main body, but for the spout and the top and the handle, it's a completely different process. And then you have to attach these little things to hold the handle up. But rookie mistake, the holes that you're supposed to make from the inside, you could see it. From the inside, see them? 2 holes there that go into the spout. So I totally underestimated the size they were supposed to be, and I just made like pinholes, a little bit bigger than pinholes, through, and then when I dunked the teapot in glaze, it filled the holes up. So my instructor was like, Shauna, how are you going to pour water out of it? And I was like, I guess it could just be decoration. And I gave him a puppy dog face, and he's like, I'll drill holes in it for you. So he did. There's 2 nice big holes in there, and water comes out beautifully. But I love it. I love the color of it. He showed me how to do this textured edge down there, which I really love the effect because it picked up the glaze really nicely, I think. And then I just have my initials, SLM, and the date that I made it. And I used a speckled clay, so the speckles kind of, as you can see, they pop through there, through the glaze. But I love this so much. I can't stop staring at it. My little teapot. So I'll show you the next one when I bring it home next week. The other thing I made is what I'm wearing, not the cardigan. This is the Hinterland Dress by Sew Liberated. It was sewn out of a denim chambray that I purchased at Joann Fabrics. I did not sew a muslin on it because the fabric wasn't expensive to begin with, so I just went for it. I read on a few blogs and Instagram posts that it runs big. There's a lot of positive ease. So I looked at my measurements. It called for a certain size. For the bodice, I went down a size, and for the skirt, I went down 2 sizes. And I think that I really love the fit of it. I did make a few mistakes. It was my first time inserting buttonholes with my sewing machine. It was my first time putting in neck facing, and I messed the neck facing up. If you can see, it's not finished. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did a better job with the arm facing. So I learned from my mistakes, and yeah, I inserted the buttonholes with my sewing machine. I used buttons that I had in my stash. It was my first time doing gathers at the skirt, and there are pockets. The next time, I don't think I'll put the pockets in. I just feel like they add a lot of bulk at my sides, but they're functional and fun to have. What else can I say about this? I used my serger for the hems so that they're nice and secure. I did the sleeveless version, as you can see, because I thought it would be nice to layer either a long sleeve shirt under it or a cardigan or sweater over it. But there are lots of different ways that you can sew this. You can just make it a top. You can have cap sleeves, long sleeves, 3/4 length sleeves, whatever you want to do. But next time I think I will lengthen the bodice about 1 inch to 1.5 inches and lengthen the skirt probably about 1 inch. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I just purchased another sewing pattern called the Ogden Cami, I believe it's called, by, I'll insert it here because I can't think of it. But it seems like a really simple project and something that I can wear a lot in this, even the winter, with a cardigan over it. So I get to go fabric shopping now. So back to knitting. I have 2 works in progress. One is a new sock cast on, and the other one is my painted window shawl, which I'm calling my patchwork shawl. So I will show you the shawl first, since you saw me start that already. This is by Casa Pinka. I am using, my main color is Mint Rain. It's a Harry Potter colorway. Let's see if I can find it. I can never remember the name. Protego Maximus, sorry. And that's that gray with the kind of mustard gold speckles. And then there are little patchwork windows throughout. The yellow or the gold is Hedgehog Fibres, Fool's Gold colorway. And this one is a mini skein that I had, and this is a mini skein that I have. And what I decided to do was every other patchwork window, I'm doing the Fool's Gold by Hedgehog Fibres because the edging is going to be that color. So I wanted to tie that color in quite a bit. So it's going to be Fool's Gold, this mini, which is the pink and green. I believe this is from Hugh Loco's Advent calendar. Fool's Gold, Neon Pink, which is one that, it's one of our yarns, Adelaide Cottage. And then it'll be Fool's Gold, this, Fool's Gold Pink, all the way until we get to the edging, and then it will just be the Fool's Gold. So this is a super fun knit. I'm having so much fun knitting with all these beautifully dyed yarns, and you really don't have to think much at all. The only time you have to think a little bit is when you add in a patchwork window. and it's not even much thinking at all. But I love how you hold your main color with the mini to create this like marled effect, and it just tones it down a little bit, and I really love that. So it's a boomerang shaped shawl. I have my little Easter egg progress keeper on there from the Gnome Knitter. And yeah, this is just really, really fun. I'm using my ChiaoGoo US size 5, 3.75 millimeter. And here is the Fool's Gold, which I'm just loving so much. And please excuse my lack of nail polish. My husband and I are actually going to a party at our neighbor's house this evening. My boys are sleeping at my in-laws' house, so I need to repaint these. Yeah, so I'm just loving that so much. And this is in my Fringe Supply field bag with all my pretty pins. And put the pattern back in there, even though I don't really need it, but it's nice to have. The second whip that I have is in my little sheepy bag that I made. And I cast on a pair of socks using our Adelaide Cottage yarns in the Galaxy colorway. And I'm pretty much in love with it. This is how it looks so far. So they're all different tones of gray. It's a cool gray and neon speckles of pink and orange, which somebody commented look like little stars, and really, really subtle speckles of purple, if you can see those. I cast these on yesterday, and I had a little bit of waiting room knitting yesterday. My husband had a doctor's appointment, and I just knit and knit and knit, and I just love it so much. So these are just a vanilla sock. I'm just going to keep knitting them and then insert an afterthought heel. I really enjoyed inserting one of the Kirby Werby afterthoughts over the summer. I posted a video on my Instagram TV of me doing it. You guys really enjoyed watching me cut into my knitting. So maybe I'll record that again for you. But I'm using a really special stitch marker or progress keeper from my friend Jamie. She engraved an S in a little metal circle for me for Shauna. So thank you, Jamie. I'm really enjoying using that. And then I'm debating whether I should go right through with the color and just knit, 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 just all this color, or inserting a purple heel to pick up those little purple speckles. Let's see. Or a pink heel. Or I found this beautiful one from the Dandelion and Dogwood Advent calendar. It's gray with black speckles, or somebody suggested white. I can't make decisions, you guys. I can't. I used to be able to. I was a nurse. I worked in an emergency setting in a hospital, and decision making was my thing. But when it comes to knitting, I need your help. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't have to decide right now since I'm doing an afterthought heel, because I'm not sure if I'm keeping these. I really want to, but I kind of have an idea in my mind of who I might be giving these to. So that's that. And this is the Galaxy colorway all skeined up. And I love it so much. We also have another colorway that is dyed with the same technique, so it will knit up the same way, but instead of the gray, it's like a teal color, and there's all different colored speckles, like blue, purple, green, I think some yellow, and that's called Day Glow. So that's in the shop now. There's a couple skeins of this left. I'm going to be dyeing more very soon, and lots of other pretty colors. So yeah, I think I showed you all the knitting. I don't have any stash acquisitions. Well, I do. I had a gift sent. But just a little bit of chatter at the end and a giveaway. So I announced the giveaway for the shawl. There's a new giveaway. These were sent by Liz of Kingdom Fleece Fiber Works, and she contacted me because she was so excited that I'm learning how to spin. And I'll talk a little bit about my spinning after I show you these, but Liz was in a terrible accident, and she owns Kingdom Fleece Fiber Works. She has a farm she was helping one of her cows give birth, and she told me it was okay to share this if I wanted to, but the cow must have just went into like maternal overprotective mode. I'm not really sure, but ended up hurting her, excuse me, hurting her terribly. I'm sorry, like tore her aorta, broke ribs, like it was really, really bad, and she's very lucky to be alive today. And when she found out that I was spinning, she wanted to send me a little gift to, you know, just to try her fiber. She wants to get her shop back up and running, and offered to send a giveaway prize to one of you lucky winners. So again, this is Color Combo Spinning Kits by Kingdom Fleece Fiberworks. You can find her shop at kingdomfleeceandfiberworks.com, which will be linked below, and she's Kingdom Fleece Fiberworks on Instagram, so that will be down there as well. But this is Falkland pin drafted comb top, 4 ounces. And you get all these beautiful colorways. And she sent 2, one for me and one for one of you, and they look they're exactly the same. But so pretty. I can't wait to spin these. So thank you, Liz. I pray that you are on the mend and nothing bad ever happens like that again, because I'm just so thankful that you're here with us today to talk about it, because wow. So to win one of these beautiful kits generously donated by Liz at Kingdom Fleece Fiberworks, in the comment section below, answer what your favorite type of fiber is to spin. I'm interested in reading all of those because I've only spun with a BFL mix before, and right now I'm spinning with Targhee. So I'd like to know what your favorite fiber is to spin. Please do not say giveaway, please do not say free, because there are trolls out there who just look for those terms in the search bars and they'll enter to win and then end up just selling it on eBay. So we want somebody to win who will actually enjoy the prize. So I'll pick a winner for that in my next episode. So thanks again, Liz. I appreciate that so much, and I can't wait to spin that beautiful fiber. So me, for spinning, I am still working on that braid created by LCB, the Atlantis colorway that I showed you on my bobbin last time. And I'm kind of dragging through it, and it has nothing to do... I thought it might have been the Targhee, but no, I don't think it is, because I was spinning again yesterday, and I really enjoyed the feel of it in my fingers. I figured out what the problem was. The only other time I spun on my wheel and created a whole entire skein of yarn, almost 4 ounces, in record time, was because I was spinning from Rolex. And to me, there's so little that I'd spin a whole Rolag and then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm making such progress. I think there were 6 Rolags, so I just kept going through them. And with the braid, it's a big, long, thick piece of fiber, and I'm spinning side to side. So I'm working, if the braid is vertical, I'm working from side to side along the whole thing. And it just seems like there's still such a long piece of fiber to spin. So I think I'm just an impatient person, and I thought it might be a good idea to tear the braid, lengthwise, all the way down into smaller strips to kind of look like Rolags, and spin from those. And I started that yesterday, and I sat there for quite a long time, and it didn't seem... It was much more enjoyable, I'll put it that way. So I think that was my issue, and that's what I'll be doing with my braids from now on, is just tearing them into smaller sections, because in my head it just seems like I'm getting more done faster. So the only other thing I have to talk about is the Mariah Carey concert that I went to. Just really quickly, I'll let you know, because I told you last time I was going. I had a really nice time with my friend Melissa. We went and grabbed dinner beforehand. We caught up. We went into the venue, and I started to like get like sweaty palms, and just almost, I just couldn't believe I was in the same building with Mariah Carey. And she's not as popular as she used to be, but to me, like that, I always dreamt of seeing her in concert, and it just would never happen for us because we grew up pretty poor. I mean, we had, I kind of hesitate to say that because we had a roof over our heads. We had food on our table, but we were on benefits. And we struggled, and we didn't have all of the extra things. We didn't have a car. And I knew that going to a concert would never be in the budget for my mom or for my dad at the time. So being able to go, even though it was years later, was incredible. And got some souvenirs and talked with some fellow Mariah Carey fans, and she still has such a beautiful voice, and she sang so many of her classics like Hero got me. That was her last song, and I felt like the lyrics had such a new meaning to me now after everything that has happened in 2015 with my spinal cord cancer and treatment, and then my mom passing away the same year, and her cancer right before. It was just crazy time. So that that song had me crying like a baby. It was a mixture of all those feelings, plus seeing her in front of me. She made eye contact with me. We were 3 rows from the stage, right in the center, and she was singing that song, and it was magical. It was magical for me. So it was, even the day after, I was still on this like natural high that I saw one of my singing idols since I was 10. I think I was 10 when she really started with her hits. So that was amazing. What else? Yeah, that's it. My husband and I have a party tonight. I'm really looking forward to that. It's adults only. It'll be really nice. Get dressed up. They're going to serve hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and the boys are sleeping at my in-laws. Like I said, we'll pick them up in the morning. Then we're going to one of our other neighbors' children's birthdays, just a couple houses down. And then we'll do something special as a family, maybe go to the movies. And then Sunday we go to my in-laws for family dinner. So that's all I have to share with you today. I thank you very much for spending your time with me. Please feel free to comment below, chat with me. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you're a spinner or you love to play with fiber. If you like the episode, feel free to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when a new episode is out. And until next week, I hope you guys have amazing knitting time and family time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.